Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Line Change, the NHL betting podcast from the Action Network, presented to you by our friends at BetMGM. My name is Michael Leboff. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, NHL betting expert Nick Martin. Nick, it's busy in the NHL right now. Trades flying all over the place. Evgeny Dadonov is a Dallas Star. Can you believe it? Some other big names flying all over too. But we're going to talk about the games coming up on Tuesday. We'll sprinkle some deadline chatter in and out, I'm sure, as we break these things down. But if you want to hear a more robust kind of big picture view of what's going on in the NHL from a betting lens with the trade deadline looming on Friday, be sure to listen to our episode on the Action Network podcast feed. We're recording that one right after this. But for now, we'll start where we always do. That's with an underdog. And we're going to go dumpster diving here. The Columbus Blue Jackets are plus 170 against the Buffalo Sabres on Tuesday night. Sabres are minus 210, over under 6.5. I think this number is only going to head in one direction too. The reason I like the Jackets, and like I said, I think you can probably wait for a better number, is the Buffalo Sabres, as much as they can score, and Alex Tuch is out, so that dings them a bit, but as much as they can score, they also leak goals. Their goaltending, when it's not Craig Anderson, who's 41 years old, and God bless him, in goal, like they're struggling to keep the puck out of the net. It makes them a good underdog, right? A team that can score with the more talented teams, but a pretty vulnerable favorite because they can also let in goals and keep teams like Columbus in the game. Buffalo's 4-4 in their 8 games as a favorite of minus 180 or higher this season. I think that is a pretty good, even in an 8-game sample, pretty good reflection of what you can expect when this team gets to these prices. And meanwhile, Columbus is still playing competitive hockey. They haven't lost by more than 2 goals since February 10th when they lost 3-0 to the Leafs, 4-2-2 in their last 8. Shootout loss to the Wild the other day in which they blew a 2-0 lead. So they're feisty. They just beat the Oilers as well. Like this is, and they showed some gumption in that game, right? They blew the 4-0 lead and still ended up winning. Yeah, I think the price is going to be big enough here, and Columbus take a shot against a team that is in a must-win spot, right? So it's that must-win narrative seeping into the market, and when you bet against that, you're likely going to get some good value.
Yeah, I like it. Columbus have been really scrappy. I think this will be one, ideally, maybe even you see better prices with the Blue Jackets closer to the game. Buffalo kind of showed me on the weekend because I thought Dahlin moved the needle out. It went him out and Tuch. I thought it moved the needle enough that the Caps were playable. The Caps were just absolute garbage in that game. I didn't really think I rated anything from Buffalo that impressive there. And I think a lot of the flaws are there. And then eventually the loss of Dahlin will be really massive because if you look at Buffalo's third pairing, it has been getting caved in. So when they have to elevate these guys into bigger roles, I think it is really reasonable to say that they could struggle. And yeah, so I think the logic there is pretty strong. I know the Sabres are everyone's favorite team right now. They're really, really fun to watch. So hopefully the price will grow.